I drove through a Central Texas town last spring. $340,000 homes, a mineral spring running since 1850. No tourist buses, nobody told me it existed. Most retirees are still Googling Florida. These are the 10 towns the retirement guides skip. Subscribe if you are tired of tourism videos where everything is perfect. Here, we show Texas the way it actually is. Let's get into it.
Number 10. Brenham. Rolling green hills look like a screensaver until the cows start staring back. This town was founded in 1844 and officially incorporated in 1858. It was built on cotton and a deep German heritage that still lingers in the architecture. The post office opened in 1846 and remains a central pulse for the community. Today, roughly 18,500 people live here among the bluebonnets. The median home price sits near $385,000. That is less than what most people in Seattle pay for a luxury SUV and a year of parking. You will find the Bluebell Creameries here. It was founded in 1907 and serves as the town's unofficial heart. If you need a doctor, Baylor Scott & White is just 2 miles from the downtown core. The town recently earned a spot on the list of best small towns in the South. The catch nobody mentions is the traffic. Bluebell trucks own the roads. The primary thoroughfares are surprisingly heavy for a farm town. The air often smells like vanilla mixed with heavy diesel exhaust. Picture this. It is a Saturday morning in April. The temperature is 76 degrees. You are sitting in a wooden rocking chair at the creamery. You are eating a scoop of mint chocolate chip. A cow moos in a pasture across the fence. The world feels slow and heavy with sugar. If dairy cows are too loud for your taste, the next town has seagulls instead.
Number 9. Rockport. The wind here smells like salt and old wooden piers drying in the sun. Rockport was founded in 1870 as a cattle shipping point. It later became a hub for shrimp and winter tourists fleeing the north. The town was built on the grit of coastal survival. Today, about 11,000 people call this stretch of the coast home. The median home price is roughly $420,000. For that price, you get a view that would cost millions in Malibu. You can visit the Texas Maritime Museum, which opened in 1989. It sits right across from the harbor. If you have a medical emergency, Christus Spohn Hospital is 10 miles away in Aransas Pass. Rockport is often ranked as one of the best coastal small towns in America. Here is what the brochures leave out. Hurricane season is a legitimate gambling habit. One bad storm resets the clock on your progress. You will spend every August looking at the weather radar with genuine anxiety. Salt spray also eats through your outdoor furniture in 6 months. Picture this. It is a Tuesday evening in October. The temperature is 82 degrees. You are standing on the pier at Rockport Beach. You are watching a heron stand on a submerged wooden post. The water is the color of a faded nickel. The humidity finally starts to lift as the sun goes down. Coastal humidity is one trade-off, but the next town trades the ocean for ancient cypress trees.
Number 8. Wimberley. Cold water and expensive patios define this slice of the hill country. Wimberley was founded in 1848 as a trading post. It grew around a grist mill on the banks of Cypress Creek. The water made the town, and the water still keeps it alive. Roughly 2,800 people live in the city limits, but many more hide in the surrounding hills. The median home price is a steep $600,000. It is the price you pay for living in a postcard. Blue Hole Regional Park is the local landmark. It has been a swimming destination since the town began. Wimberley Regional Hospital provides local care just a few miles from the square. The town is famous for its Wimberley Market Days, which started in 1964. The honest drawback is the tourism swarm. Every weekend looks like a stadium exit. You will wait 45 minutes for a table at a mediocre cafe. The local roads were not built for this many SUVs. You will learn to do your grocery shopping on Tuesday mornings just to avoid the crowds. Picture this. It is a Friday afternoon in July. The temperature is 98 degrees. You jump into the 68-degree water at Jacob's Well. You feel the cold in your teeth instantly. You float on your back and look up at the limestone cliffs. The sound of the crowd fades into the splashing water. Wimberley is crowded, but our next entry offers more space for the same price.
Number 7. Marble Falls. Granite hills surround a lake that does not mind a bit of wind. The town was founded in 1887 by a former blind Confederate general named Adam Johnson. He saw the potential for a manufacturing hub powered by the Colorado River. It was built on the back of granite quarrying and hydropower. Today, 7,200 people live among the rocky outcroppings. The median home price is around $450,000. This is roughly half of what you would pay for a fixer-upper in Boulder. The Blue Bonnet Cafe is the local institution. It has been serving pie since 1929. Baylor Scott & White operates a full-scale hospital just 2 miles from the town center. The town recently won awards for its downtown revitalization efforts. The catch nobody mentions is the scale. The downtown is essentially one long street. If you do not like pie or boutiques, you are out of luck for entertainment. The growth pressure from Austin is turning the surrounding ranch land into roof lines. Picture this. It is a Monday morning in November. The temperature is 65 degrees. You are sitting at a laminate table at the Blue Bonnet Cafe. The smell of coconut meringue is thick in the air. The waitress knows the names of the 3 men at the next table. You realize you are finally in a place that has a rhythm. Some people want water views, while others prefer the isolation of the piney woods. If this list is already making you reconsider your retirement plans, drop a like on the video. Genuinely helps the channel and signals to the algorithm that this is the kind of content worth pushing to people who are also looking for the truth about Texas.
Number 6. Bern. German precision meets Texas sprawl in a valley made of limestone. Bern was founded in 1849 by German settlers who valued education and industry. They named it after a Jewish German author to honor their roots. It was built as a health resort for people seeking the clean, hill country air. Today, nearly 20,000 people live here. The median home price has climbed to $600,000. It is still a bargain compared to the Bay Area. The Hill Country Mile is the main attraction. It is a stretch of shops and breweries that opened in various historic buildings. Methodist ER provides immediate medical care right in town. Bern is consistently ranked as one of the best places to raise a family or retire. Here is what the brochures leave out. Growth is eating the charm. It is becoming a suburb of San Antonio against its will. The morning commute toward the city is a slow-motion disaster on I-10. You will see a new chain store open every single month. Picture this. It is a Sunday afternoon in February. The temperature is 72 degrees. You are walking past a limestone storefront built in the 1880s. A golden retriever is sleeping in a patch of sun on the sidewalk. You hear the faint sound of a German polka band playing near the creek. The air is dry and smells like cedar. Bern is moving fast, but the next town has been slow for 2 centuries.
Number 5. Jefferson. Moss-covered trees and the ghost of a riverport define this East Texas town. Jefferson was founded in 1841 on the banks of Big Cypress Bayou. It was once the second largest port in the state. The railroad eventually bypassed it, and the town froze in time. Roughly 2,000 people live here today among the tall pines. The median home price is an incredible $210K. That is less than what some people pay for a kitchen remodel in Dallas. The Excelsior House Hotel is the crown jewel. It has been operating since the 1850s. If you need a hospital, Christus Good Shepherd is 16 miles away in Marshall. Jefferson is often cited as the most haunted town in Texas. The honest drawback is the isolation. If you need a Target or a movie theater, you are driving 30 minutes. The local economy relies heavily on ghost tours and antique shoppers. The humidity in the summer feels like wearing a wet wool blanket. Picture this. It is a Thursday night in June. The temperature is 70 degrees. Fireflies are blinking in the deep shadows of the bayou. The air is heavy with the scent of river mud and blooming jasmine. You are sitting on a screened porch, listening to the bullfrogs. The town feels like a secret that the rest of the world forgot to tell. Jefferson feels like a museum, but the next town is an antique shop that breathes.
Number 4. Comfort. 1 blinking light and 3 dozen antique dealers keep this town on the map. Comfort was founded in 1854 by German freethinkers. They were intellectuals who did not want organized churches in their community. It was built on a foundation of logic and ranching. Today, about 3,000 people live in the valley. The median home price is roughly $480,000. This covers a historic house on a quiet lot. You can see the True de la Union monument, which was built in 1866. It is one of the few monuments to the Union in the South. Hill Country Memorial Hospital is 22 miles away in Fredericksburg. Comfort is known for having one of the most intact historic business districts in Texas. The drawback is the silence. It is almost too quiet for some. After 6 p.m., the streets belong to the deer and the shadows. If you want a late-night meal, you will be cooking it yourself. There is no nightlife here other than a quiet beer at the local tavern. Picture this. It is a Wednesday afternoon in September. The temperature is 80 degrees. Dust motes are dancing in the window of an old hardware store. You find a rusted wrench from 1910 in a bin. The owner does not look up from his newspaper when you ask the price. The clock on the wall has been stopped for 3 years. Comfort is for the quietest retirees, but our next town has a bit more gravity. Subscribe prompt 2. If you have made it this far, this is the moment to subscribe. Free, fast, and lets you find the next video on this channel without having to remember our name. Back to the countdown.
Number 3. Granbury. A stage play and a town square that never ends defines the energy here. Granbury was founded in 1860 and named after a Confederate general. It was built as a trading center for the surrounding farms and ranches. The creation of Lake Granbury in the 1960s changed the town forever. Today, 11,000 people live around the water. The median home price is about $400,000. This is less than the price of a studio apartment in Seattle. The Granbury Opera House is the main landmark. It was built in 1886 and still hosts live performances. Lake Granbury Medical Center is located right in the heart of town. The square was the first in Texas to be listed on the National Register of Historic Places. The catch nobody mentions is the noise. Weekend bikers roar through the square and shatter the peace. The tourism traffic makes parking a competitive sport on Saturdays. You will learn to avoid the downtown area entirely during festival weekends. Picture this. It is a Saturday evening in May. The temperature is 75 degrees. The sun is setting over the Brazos River and turning the water orange. People are laughing on the sidewalk in front of the theater. A street performer is playing a violin near the courthouse steps. The town feels like a movie set that never gets taken down. Granbury has the lake, but the next town has a creek and a university that forgot to leave.
Number 2. Salado. Statues in the grass and a creek that hides the highway noise define this village. Salado was founded in 1859 as a college town. It was home to Salado College, the first joint-stock college in the state. It was built as a center for higher learning and refined living. Today, 2,400 people live among the art galleries. The median home price is roughly $550,000. That buys you a lot of limestone and a very large yard. The Stagecoach Inn is the local anchor. It opened in 1861 and has hosted presidents and outlaws. Baylor Scott & White is just 12 miles away in Temple. Salado is frequently named one of the best art towns in the country. The honest drawback is the highway. Construction on I-35 is a permanent neighbor. The sound of jackhammers is the town's unofficial soundtrack. Navigating the exit ramps can be a confusing nightmare for visitors. You will spend a lot of time sitting in traffic just to cross the interstate. Picture this. It is a Tuesday morning in March. The temperature is 68 degrees. A local artist is painting a stone bridge over the creek. The coffee in your hand is hot and the steam rises in the cool air. You realize you haven't looked at your phone in 3 hours. The water flows over the rocks with a steady, rhythmic sound. Salado is where you go to spend money, but our number 1 town is where you go to save it. If you have made it this far, consider liking this video and subscribing. It is completely free and we keep finding things about Texas retirement that nobody else is willing to talk about.
Number 1. Lampasas.
Sulphur springs and a skyline made of limestone towers await those who venture north of Austin. Lampasas was founded in 1850 and was originally marketed as a health resort. People traveled from across the country to bathe in the healing mineral waters. It was built on the promise of wellness and the reality of ranching. Today, 7,800 people live in this quiet valley. The median home price is an attainable $340,000. That is less than what most people pay for a basic condo in the Austin suburbs. Hancock Springs Pool is the local treasure. It opened in 1911 and is fed by the same springs that started the town. Rollins Brook Hospital is a local facility that consistently earns high marks for patient safety. Lampasas is a top 100 small town for retirees, according to several 2026 datasets. The catch nobody mentions is the smell. It is a ranching town at heart. If you do not like the earthy scent of agriculture and cattle, you will struggle here. The wind often carries the reality of the surrounding ranch land right into your backyard. Picture this. It is a Thursday evening in August. The temperature is 85 degrees. You are watching the mineral water bubble up from the ground at the park. The limestone courthouse looks like it has been there since the beginning of time. The town feels like it stopped changing in 1955, and no one is in a hurry to restart the clock. You are home.
These 10 towns are not just places to live. They are choices to opt out of the plastic versions of Texas. Smart retirees in 2026 realize that a limestone square matters more than a heated pool in a cookie-cutter subdivision. They understand that real value is found in towns with a history that predates the internet. You trade the convenience of a 5-lane highway for the stability of a neighbor who knows your name. You trade the immediate for the permanent. It is a trade worth making if you know what you are looking for. These towns are the last honest places left in the state. They require you to accept their flaws to enjoy their benefits. That is the only way to live a real life in Texas. Drop a comment with which town you would move to tomorrow if money was not an issue. And subscribe if you want more videos that skip the brochures and show you what is actually happening. Texas knows.